So, this massive box here literally just arrived at my doorstep, and it promises a strategy game of combat and character building for 1 to 4 people, brought to you by none other than Chip Theory Games, makers of Too Many Bones and Cloudspire. Elder Scrolls Betrayal of the Second Era, or BOTC for short, is set in the world of Nirn, which is home to the continent of Tamriel and its 9 provinces: Black Marsh, Cyrodiil, Elsewhere, Hammerfell, High Rock, Morrowind, Scrim, Somerset Isle and Valenwood. If you're a long-time fan like me of the Elder Scrolls series, all these names will have a lot of meaning for you, and even if not, they provide a very nice setting for the game. A few points before we dig in. Do you need to know anything about the Elder Scrolls? No, not at all. It really just gives more flavor. Is this a massive campaign game like Gloom of Frosthaven? Also no. This game is meant to be played in 3 sessions, lasting around 2 to 3 hours each. There's over 30 main quest lines, lots of different encounters, backdrawn and quest enemies, etc. to keep you busy. This means that the time investment per game is much less, although you do have to learn the rules, which are surely of the more complex sort. That being said, being able to do a few shorter sessions, especially if you do not have ample time, is a massive benefit for me. Well, talking about massive benefits, if you like my content, you'd really do me a solid by hitting that subscribe button and the bell to keep you in the loop. Let's open up this box, a different kind of box opening today on Tabletop Goodness. As you can see, struggling a bit actually to get this on screen in its full entirety. Okay, and here we are, the Elder Scrolls Betrayal of the Second Era in its full glory. Let's cut this open here and see where we're at. Okay, I have to actually confess that I did not play any of the Too Many Bones games yet, so I'm actually pretty new in the Chip Theory game, and I'm actually quite excited to check that out. I mean, the design is absolutely gorgeous of the box. As you can see, it has this split box design. It is massively heavy as well. And let's open it up and see what we're looking at. Okay, we're looking actually at more foam, which is nice, always nice and protective. Oh, it comes with instructions how to pack the box. I always stick it in a game like that they actually tell you how it's meant to go back again. As you can see already, I mean, just by looking at it, the component quality is extremely high. Let's check that out. These are some of the maps that you can walk around on. Well, they are a thicker paper stock, I would say, and have some kind of coating on them. And if we look at some of the, I think these are the battle scenarios here, you can actually see this is also quite massive here as well. Let's open one of those up. Let's see whether we can get that out. Okay, so that is actually awesome. These are actually made of some kind of playmat material, actually. As you can see, they're wobbly, they won't move around. Very, very nice. It's actually really rare to see something of that quality in a board game. That said, obviously, I mean, this all comes at a price as well. Price is quite steep. We do have, a lot of different fillers. We have our tutorial guide, which actually clocks in at roughly, what is it? Almost 40 pages. So yeah, quite the hefty tutorial. We have the enemy skill reference, again, which comes on a slightly thicker paper. We have the rule book, and I mean, we're not joking here, right? 100 pages, actually, 100 pages of rules, which is quite interesting. Even though the rules themselves, when I looked at them beforehand already, they seem slightly less complex than what's needed in 100 pages, but obviously with all the eventualities that you have to discuss. So this is quite interesting. You have the actual books for the provinces that you can play. We have Scrim here, for example. We have High Rock, we have Cyrodiil, we have Black Marsh, and we have Morrowind. So these basically, you will choose a quest in one of these provinces. We have the player boards. The player boards, as you can see, they are individually packed. And the nice thing is that they come with these trays here. And as you go and play the game, you basically put dice into these holes to represent your skills, and you always have to basically make a decision between your stats and your skills, because they will share one of these rows, whether you want to actually up your skill or up your stats. So basically they're vying for the same slots all the time, so you have to make wise decisions as to what's actually best for the adventure and for the character that you are currently playing. And if you then snap that on, you can easily store that without any of the dice actually falling or moving around, which I think is a fantastic way to actually do that. So then we have this box here. Okay, let's see what's in this box here. We have a very nice box, which is filled with cards. Different character sheets or character starting stats, as you can see, as well as some of the, I think these are actually quests, potentially personal quests, but I still need to check that out. Very nice box featuring that logo here as well. And so now we get to the meat of the game, actually. Like chip theory, you know, they're not called chip for no reason. Let's quickly open it up. Also, what has been the case already with Too Many Bones and other games that they have. So none of these games do come with minis, but they do come with poker-like chips, right? Colored chips, as you can see here. These are colorful. You have your monsters, enemies, or what you will actually on these printed, and they are also used for tracking all kinds of things like life, etc., with these red ones that are in this box down here. One of the things that they're also very strong on are custom dice, which is another favorite of mine here. Custom printed dice, as you can see, and the quality of these is actually really, really nice, as I hoped and as expected from a product at that price point here as well. There are all kinds of different skills, like I said, and you will have to actually make multiple choices during the game, whether you want to develop your character, say in acrobatics, shooting a bow, for example, heavy armor, destruction staff, shadow, etc. All of that you can improve during the game. And you have to build your characters, and I think that's actually a very, very nice addition to make the game also more random. As in have the replayability be a bit higher in the future. There's already the Wellenwood extension as well. I do not own that, but I've seen that this also was part of the Kickstarter. Here we have some cards, right? And here we have some premium bags. They feel actually very velvety, silky, very, very nice material for a game, for a board game actually. And yeah, you have all kinds of card holders. Obviously, you have more custom dice down here, and you have a lot of chips and tokens. As you can see, these I think are used for stats, if I'm not mistaken. And here's all kinds of different counters. Let me try to get this properly up for the camera for you as well. Very nice counters. Whoops. Here as well, and they already want to be sorted in from the way it looks like. Basically that's the overlook of that game, a quick checking that out. Obviously I still have to play it, I have to unpack it and set it up and everything, and you will hear about this game a bit more in the future, so stay tuned and see you again next time on Tabletop Goodness.